Hey, welcome to Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker.
I'm Aaron Goldstein. We are here with our first guest, Kimberly Maevers from Fun for You in-Home Pet Care.
Hey, welcome, Kimberly.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Aaron. Thank you.
Hey, you are kind of like the resident authority on all things animal, all things pets.
Pets, yes.
In
Trying
the,
to be.
In the Antelope Valley.
Yes.
You've definitely made a name for yourself, and you said, hey, I want to get on. I want to talk a little bit about, did you say winterizing your pets? What to do in the wintertime? Is it different than what to do in the summertime?
It definitely is. Keep them warm, number one. Keep them dry, number two. Don't freeze their paws if you're out walking early in the mornings and late at night. Watch for ice. There's all sorts of hazards out there for pets that people don't think about, especially here in the desert. Last week was a great example with all the snow. We had so many pets that were, and pet owners who had left town and who were unprepared for the weather that was coming, and then the weather that happened that took all of us by surprise. And having little dogs who aren't used to the cold weather, taking them out, the pet sitters, taking them out into the snow where these dogs have never been in snow before,
Right.
and expecting them to do their business
Yeah.
didn't go well, let's say, for a lot of the pets who protested.
They said, where's the dirt? Where's the lawn? Where's the green stuff?
Right, we'll just use the rug.
We'll just do it inside. So animals are just like people. I mean, they get cold, their feet get cold,
Right.
they
What-
need attention.
Yes, they need a lot of attention. And, you know, one of the things I do frequently in the middle of summer is I'll pull over when I see someone out walking their dog on the hot pavement, and semi-sarcastically I'll say, hey, pal, can you take off your shoes? And he'll say no. And I'll say, well, is it possible you could walk barefoot on this sidewalk when it's 100 degrees out? And he's like, no. And I said, well, what makes you think your dog can, man?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of harsh.
Well, you're an advocate for animals.
I have to be. They can't speak and they don't have thumbs.
Thumbs.
They can't text you and say, ow.
Oh. So you're a professional, and so do we look for what, professional pet sitters? How does that work? Websites.
So one of the things I'm trying to help promote over the holidays is how to inquire of and hire a professional pet sitter. And I've been a professional pet sitter for almost 10 years. And the average person doesn't even know that professional pet sitting is a real occupation with real certified professionals out there who can take better care of your pets because they've had more training and more, probably more experience, more relationships with veterinarians, probably working closely on how to manage illness and injuries.
Right.
So there are two organizations here in the United States that promote professional pet sitting and help certify pet sitters it's basically a 16-week course of everything to do with animals: cats, dogs, hermit crabs, fish, lizards, birds, you name it. And so there are tribes of professional pet sitters across the nation that you can tap into by reaching out to two separate websites. One is the National Association of Professional Pet Sitters, and their website is petsitters.org. And then the second website is from Pet Sitters International, and that's petsit.com. And they have a list or a listing in there. You can plug in your zip code and you can find a professional pet sitter in your neighborhood or in your town who probably will be a little more expensive than the kid down the street, but also probably are licensed, insured, and bonded, which is super important when you realize you're asking someone to come into your home when you're not there, have the keys to your castle, and access to absolutely everything.
Right.
And you're not there. And people take it too lightly, I think, when they try and use a WAG or a rover.com or one of those cool apps that has come out in the last couple of years, and you hire someone and you leave the keys to your house while you're at work, and this person comes and goes and walks your dog, hopefully.
Hopefully. Closes the gate.
Closes the gate, locks the door, doesn't rip you off. You know, and most people have cameras in their homes now, which I certainly appreciate security systems because I want to be safe when I go into your home, when
Right.
we know you're not there.
Right.
But the burglars and the robbers and everybody else may also know you are not there. That's why I don't have a sign on my car that says out loud, hey, I'm a professional pet sitter and I'm on this routine schedule coming by your house 2 or 3 times a day. Well, the neighbors are watching and going, hey, Spiker's not home. So I'm a huge advocate for home security systems, for alarms, for cameras everywhere. Lots of people like to watch their pets while they're gone, and they have their cameras on and the microphone, and they try and talk to the pets. Well, I walked into a house a couple weeks ago. The dog had eaten the camera because the owner was trying to talk to the dog through the camera. So let's not do that and taunt the dog, but let's make sure that when we come into the home, we're safe as well. And so it's really important that you're hiring someone that is a licensed business professional in your city. They have a city business license. They've got insurance and bond, so that if something does go wrong, we've got some callback to it, some recourse. And also, you're protected. If something does go wrong, if I get bit by your bird and he draws blood and I have to go on tetanus shots for a year, we might have a conversation about my health care costs. So it's really important that you really think about the person you're calling and having come into your home when you're not there. And this business is all about trust. It really is. If the pets don't trust me when I come and do the meet and greet, I will decline the job, because dogs especially behave very differently when their owners aren't home and when a stranger's walking into their
Really?
home. Oh, yes.
I know my birds do. They're
Your
a whole
birds-
lot of fun with
your
you.
Your birds. We have some great sing-alongs with your birds, but they say stuff to me that they don't say to you, apparently.
Yeah. So you typically come in for an hour. You
Half
do
hour to 45 minutes to 15-minute increments, depending on how many pets.
2-page report.
Yeah,
You're all over the place checking things, and
right. It's like an engineer's soils report or
if
something.
we get a text message or an email or something that you've been there and everything that happened.
Yeah, and that's something important too, is I get calls from people that have just fired their previous pet sitter because there was no accountability. They didn't know when the pet sitter was there. I always text a photo of the pet to my client and say, hey, we're here, this is what happened. If anything's not right or gone awry, or the pet may have thrown up or something, I want you to know about it, and I'm going to note it in my written report, because we need to make sure that you understand what we experienced while you were gone and what the pet's experience was with the pet sitter. So accountability is really important too, is how are you going to hold that pet sitter accountable, and how are they going to communicate with you while you're away?
And we're talking with Kimberly Maevers, in-home pet care. Somebody calls and asks for references. Can you do that?
I certainly can. I've got almost 10 years worth of references and referrals. I have them on my website. I've got them on most of my social media outlets. So you can reach out to, I would certainly connect you with some of my clientele and say, talk to them about me and check me out.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of that.
So you gave a couple of websites already. What's your contact info here in the Antelope Valley?
So my website is funforyou.com. So it's FUNFUR, the letter U.com. My phone number, 661-865-7412. And my email address is, quite simply, Kimberly@funforyou.com.
Tell me a little bit about how do you do a written quote? How do you let folks know what it's going to cost?
Well, I have a standard rate. It's a half-hour rate. And then I charge mileage and travel time, which some people protest. But I have to get to your home. And if you live in Acton and it's taking me 20 minutes to get there, time is money. And I don't work for free. You wouldn't want anybody to work for free. So the written quote includes how many sessions we're going to be there, the mileage and travel time, and a total. And if you're a first-time client, I would want a 50% deposit when we set up our meet and greet. But I always come and meet with you first. You always know the person that's going to be in your home. It's either me or one of my 2 associates, and they come with me to the meet and greet, so we know and you know as my client exactly who's going to be in your home, what the schedule is, and when you can expect a text with a photo of your pet.
Sounds like a professionally run business.
I'm trying.
We got just 2 minutes left.
Okay.
How did you decide to take care of pets, pet sit?
In 2009, I was a home builder in Colorado, getting ready to move back to California, and I realized that home building in California in 2009, 2010 was not going to be a good, financially lucrative business to be in.
It's going to
and-
slow down for a while.
Yeah, it slowed down for a lot of while, I'd say. So I decided to meet with one of my mentors, and he said, you know, one of the things you're most passionate about is animals. He says, let's figure out a way that you can work with animals. And so I started consulting with my veterinarian friends in Colorado, and we crafted this business plan for professional pet sitting where I could become a certified professional pet sitter, and I could train with local veterinarians on healthcare issues and management of health needs for pets as they come along. And that's my greatest referral network, is the veterinarians, the groomers, and the kennels that can't take the pets that should stay home because of injury, illness, or anxiety. And that's where a in-home pet care professional comes in, is taking care of the pets in your home so that they're not so stressed out when you leave.
And you are still available for new clients.
I am.
Okay. We've been talking with Kimberly Maevers, Fun for You in-home pet care. Phone number 661-865-7412. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Chris.
You bet.